Kink Live is brought to you by Intel. Please welcome to the Bing Lounge, Alexander Cardinale. Hey, hi. Xander. Good. Welcome to Portland.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah. Are you a frequent visitor to Portland? Everybody wants to be here, after all.
This is my first time.
Yay. Yay.
And actually, this is my first day.
Really?
In Portland, yeah. I just came in from Eugene. And,
that's cool.
Medford before that, so I'm
working
my way up. Yeah,
totally. Well, I hope you have some quality time in Portland because it's a great place to visit.
I'm definitely going to hang out here today. I don't leave until I think my flight's not till 7, so I have all day here.
Oh, cool. You know, it struck me as we were chatting backstage. You're traveling alone, and I kind of thought, wow, that is either the coolest thing or the bravest thing or the scariest thing you could do. I mean, to go into a city and, kind of put yourself out there and sing and that whole thing.
Yeah, I suppose so. It's been actually really great. I mean, there have been moments where I'm just kind of like, oh, there's no one here. And then I'm I find myself wanting to look at something and go, hey, check that out. No one's here. That's a little weird. But I've been checking in at home with my wife and my friends and my family. And most of the time, I'm just enjoying good music and driving around Oregon. It's been a beautiful drive, taking the 5 from. I started at Weed, and I did the music festival down there a few days ago.
The 420 Music Festival.
Yeah, in Weed, it's very very clever, and big music festival. Let's just say everybody, the festival itself ran very slowly. Let's just say that.
No hurry.
Everybody was
right?
moving very slowly. I felt like I was in a Twilight Zone episode. But yeah, so I did that, and then I just kind of drove up through all the
That's kind of meandering. Yeah, it sounds good. Yeah. You know, Xander, you strike me as a real working musician, and one reason is you have a recording studio. You've got a writing partner, producer, Morgan Taylor Reid.
Yeah, we have 2 studios, actually.
Oh, my gosh,
yeah,
okay.
we each have one.
So what's the day like? I mean, do you, go off to work and say, honey, I'll see you later? Or
yeah, I mean, I used to work at home. Had the studio in the house.
Hollywood.
Yeah, in Los Angeles. And I had the studio in the house, and it just wasn't working out because we were, that was our only studio. So my writing partner, producer, Morgan Taylor Reid, and I would work there on my albums. And we were starting to do other stuff there. And then having clients come, and when we were working with other artists, it was just like my house. So it was weird to start expanding. And so eventually I moved to a place in Hollywood and put my own studio in like an actual space. And then it's like an office where I can go and even if I have to do social media stuff, I can do it there. If I have to do writing or have to do recording, and then Morgan opened his own studio, and so now we have 2. And so
at the same place, in the same.
No, he's in Hollywood. I'm in North Hollywood, but we're very close. And
so you have to take the Ventura Freeway or something.
Yeah, exactly. We're only a couple exits apart, and he has a great studio too. So I actually prefer recording vocals and stuff at his place.
And it kind of feels like, well, then here's your workspace, right? Or you can kind of lay around if you want to, because
we do. We have couches in his and in mine.
Yeah.
So we can just hang out.
Yeah. I think a lot of musicians would love to know what the secret is to song placement. And you've had quite a bit of success with that.
Yeah, I don't do anything. I do nothing. Don't do anything. That's the secret.
That's the secret.
Come on. There's a lot
but you've had, the One Tree Hills, the Grey's Anatomies, the 90210s.
Morgan was Grey's Anatomy. I was the others you mentioned.
So what is it? You have to have a good kind of product out there that you send a CD to somebody, or what do you do?
Well, I think the first thing, actually, Morgan and I were talking about this once. It's like the first thing is the product. If you don't have a good polished product, there's no chance. It all starts with the content. It all starts with the music, with the content, and then beyond that, the production, and then beyond that, then you have to work your salesman skills and get it out to the right people and knock on doors. In my case, I got a licensing agent, and I think I have one of the best agencies in the world. Riptide, shout out. So Ty and all those guys at Riptide. They're actually the ones that do the footwork for me, but getting a licensing agent was the footwork I had to do. I had to figure out now that I have the product that I think is good and I want it to be on these shows, like what do I do? So we had to make a good product, produce it well, master it well, make it what they call radio ready, which is the same standard you guys have on radio. It has to be exactly that quality. And then just get it out to the right people and try to get it on some shows. And within about, I would say 6 months, we had a couple placements. The first were on big shows, like last season of Ghost Whisperer, second season of Castle, and then beyond that, it just started rolling, like you said, with the big ones on One Tree Hill and so on and so on and so on.
And the kind of music that you write is obviously that there's a passion to it, and there's a message. There's a kind of a thing where people can get into what your music is about.
Those are definitely the ones that get placed the most.
Yeah.
I would say the ones that are like maybe a little bit more fun, carefree, fully produced, big production. Those are the ones that I'd like to be pushing to radio, but the licensing seems to pick up on the ones that are a little bit more organic and like maybe just a piano and a vocal or a guitar and a vocal, or something that's a little bit more heartfelt and played down, especially for those shows you mentioned.
Right. And another thing about you that I've noticed, and not everybody's into competitions, but because you don't have the record label, music competitions, and you won a big one this year.
Yeah.
Those work for you, right? They help you.
I think so. I try to explore every facet because I am my own label and I'm running everything myself. I mean, I have a team behind me now but I'm kind of at the helm of it. You know, I have a radio team run by Barry Lyons, and I'm kind of my own manager, and so I'm getting to you're smiling, you know Barry. So I'm getting on the radio, and I'm starting this campaign, and I'm touring these radio stations, trying to get, some awareness going because I don't have a label. But the competitions were another way to get people to hear the music, I guess.
And to get your name
there
out
are
there.
some incentives. There are cash and prizes and things that can help keep you going and keep you moving forward. So.
And the other thing is that you do very, very well with social media, with the Facebook, the Twitter thing.
Yeah.
Was that like kind of an all-day thing where you think, oh, I'm going to tweet this out, or I'm going to post something, or...
Yeah, I suppose it would be.
Does it gnaw on you? Like,
yeah, I have an iPhone, so it is like that. It was, at first, I think it was something that I had to do. You had to get a Facebook fan page, not like you guys all have personal ones, but you have to have like a fan page or like a business page. So I had that, and then I had to get a Twitter business, so you have to do those things. And then I found myself kind of going like, well, if I'm going to do this, I want to do it the best possible way I can do it, and I want to utilize it. And so within about a year and a half, it's really sort of skyrocketed, and I attribute that to the licenses and to the TV placements and stuff.
Yeah, you got a lot of fans on your Facebook.
Yeah, I think that all came from the placements.
Yeah. Well, it's been a pleasure getting to know you a little bit better, get your name out there right here in the Bing. Let's hear that music now. Alexander Cardinale.
Thank you.